Hey everybody, Cutie Patootie back here again with some more BS3+4 gameplay. Today we have some green versus red. I believe this is round 2 into the local tournament. Gonna start us off here, kicking us running with double cookie mall opener. A beautiful, beautiful hand here against red. I also see an apple pie and a lemon thyme, so that really makes me happy. Red usually here, this current meta, I think is a very reliably level 3 dominant deck at this time. Kind of tricking in and weaving level 1s along the way just to clear off some early bodies. But we do see our Michael here opening up with, I believe that is a croissant cookie, if I'm not mistaken. And that is 1 damage for 1. And then it has an on play where I believe if you pay 2, it'll give another cookie plus 1 attack. I'm going to go ahead and here and do my casual and usual. Go ahead and tapping 1 to draw 2 off the cookie malls. Michael's going to go ahead and respond back with just a 1 damage poke into my cookie malls here on his turn. And I'm going to respond back with another cookie malls here. Drawing from the turn. I really like the red matchup ultimately just because of the time. It is a very fast matchup, and as long as both players just have something to play, it's pretty straightforward on what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and drop down my 2 support here, considering whether or not maybe I want to cookie malls or potentially just pie here. Let's see what I do. And I do believe I opt out for the draw, so we're just going to go ahead and draw 2 cards here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and pass the turn after. Michael's going to go ahead and play his second support here for the game. Considering his options, at this point, a lot of red players would just maybe play down, maybe a Pitaya or any level 2 cookie that might just start, start existing. So, for example, like pomegranate cookie. I've seen combos where, they've used like the level 2 5 HP pomegranate. They've used it as a buffing cookie, and they'll buff like a level 1 to do 2 damage every time for 1. But in this case, we do see Michael play the Pitaya dragon here, so. Automatically on play, it's going to send my cookie malls to break without any commitment. I'm just going to go ahead and see what I can do here with the response. Going to go ahead and play herb cookie, knowing that Michael is going to be at 3 support the turn after. To me, I think herb cookie cans are survival. Sorry about that, technical difficulties. I think at this point the camera is shoved down just for a second, but I do think we do stabilize. I'm gonna go down and play Pinecone here for my turn. Now, knowing I do have the pie in hand still, it is sorry about that, clear my throat here. Now that I do know that I have the pie here in hand, I am considering maybe just going with that, or maybe that sugar swell might come early, but we'll see what happens. It looks like I'm opting for the sugar swan here, actually. So I'm just going to go ahead and tap down 2 for the on play to bring down herb cookie as an active support. Clearing up that board space for us just a little bit here. And I do think I combo this with, I believe, the Wander's Apple Pie. Yep. And right here, it's a really cool combo. When you have that much mana, you can go for the Sugar Swan Pie combo, which really will accelerate your gameplay pretty much. And against the red deck like this, you really just want to start stacking resources as soon as possible, and just starting to prepare for the late game. Now passing back to Michael here, I believe he is at 3 or 4 total support, but we'll see how much Pitaya does here. We're just going to go ahead and take the 3 damage here, leaving Sugar Swan at 2. Looks like the reset happens back over to me. Drawing 2 cards. And again, apologies for the camera angle, guys. I do believe it gets fixed later in the video, but make sure to be more proactive on it for the next time. We are going to push up to, I believe, this is going to be our 6th support here for the turn. I think I am considering maybe playing down the Lemon Time just for that extra support ramp, but could just be going for pure damage here to start off the Pattaya. Going for 3 here. Nice, clean little 3 damage hit. Leaving Pattaya at 2 damage now. Looks like I'm going to go ahead and pass back to Michael here, holding up 3. More than likely for the Tasty First Aid and potentially the Divine Light Crystal. So with that combo, it's actually really nasty. I think either or, right? You have to choose, but it's nice that if you were at 4 mana, you could theoretically just do both. Luckily, even with the Cacti Gloves here, with the 2 damage, I am able to hit the Pine Cone off the 2nd life. Really, really lucky here to be able to keep that Sugar Swan for 1 more turn. Gladly will throw away Tom Hulu. Michael throwing away 2 HP flips in the process, trading in that level 1. Really good board state though for me at the moment. There's really there's no loss here for what I have, and with 3 up at the moment still, any attack really at this point I can negate. So Michael does go here for the, I think it's the Hollowberry. Yeah, Hollowberry 2/4. Doing the on play, paying 1 red to and discarding 1 card to do 1 damage. So looks like they are able to get my level 3. No worries, it's all good. Gonna go ahead and respond with Lemon Time, knowing that they are fully tapped out at this point. Gonna go ahead and draw 2 cards here. I think I am gonna go for the potential Hail Mary here and just go for the 2 into Pattaya, and then explode onto the Hollowberry, but it might be vice versa as well. We'll see. Lemon Time in this scenario is really strong just because it's going to clear board and do a lot of cleanup damage before you really commit to what you actually are going to play. Looks like I did start off with 2 swings, 2 attack into the Hollowberry, using the ability to try to clear out the Pattaya here. And luckily I was able to take it out, bringing it up to 4. The race is on, right? 4-5. Gonna go ahead and respond back out here with a herb cookie. Potentially not, but most likely one of the 2 4s in hand. I think I'm gonna try to save Matcha for a later play. Alrighty, setting up another herb cookie here. And playing down Guardian's Tree here. I believe I'm going to go ahead and take back my support that I paid with just to draw a card. Thankfully, it is a Wind Archer. And yeah, thank you. Oh, technical difficulties fixed. Looks like we got the camera back on. Michael is going to go ahead and restand back up here. I believe this is his, I want to say 5th support turn. And he does have the Soul Gem now in place, so we are looking at a pretty big swing. All right, looks like we have a pomegranate cookie coming down here. 2/5, activate main 1 to give another cookie +1 attack. Either you can now pay 2 red and a colorless to do, I believe, 2 damage. With the damage here, I did not take the HP flip opportunities just because I was so low in hand, and I just needed all those cards at at that point. I went ahead and just let it go, and so I think Michael being 1 up at that moment, I think I do drop the matcha cookie here in preparation for the next turn. Matcha coming down here. Gonna go ahead and reset my board. Drawing 2 cards. Really nice to see some reduction spells. Gonna put down herb here, being confident that I have the cookies now to fight. I think I'm thinking here what I want to start with, either the ability or maybe the raw swing. But I do think I start here with the raw swing. Or maybe the ability. Yep. Nope. I am so indecisive in these moments. But matcha is really strong though, for boards like this, just because you can just start chipping down so many things and getting value off the attacking ability. I think I do go for the Holiday here. There you go. Setting Michael's break up to, I believe, 6. I think I'm going to go ahead and play stage here, grabbing about the herb cookie for another draw. And thankfully, another whipped cream, which really is nice. I think at this point, too, I'm contemplating how much damage and force I really want to put down, knowing that I'm at 7 break at the moment. Definitely taking some time here to think about the last turns. And I think I just pass here. Alright, let's see, we got Snapdragon coming down. Pomegranate doing 2 damage, but I believe the +1 now occurs from the Snapdragon. I think I'm going to start off with the tasty first aid here to -3, just right off the bat to stop all damage. Now we'll see, I believe, 2 damage coming in with the Snapdragon. But I'm going to go ahead and use Guardian's Power, new Guardian's Power here. I'm going to go ahead and -2 damage, give 2 support back and trash, and I'll do 1 ping damage. Alrighty, passing back the turn. Really nice to see a Wanderer's Apple Pie there, just knowing that this turn is just going to be a nice resource turn. But hands like this, though, really are what you want to see against the red matchup, just because, you know, if you're not seeing them play any level 3s at this point, they are committing the board to some point. And so you would just want to hold back 2 Wind Archers like normally, and, you know, a lot of traps if you can. But the board really is important right now with Matcha being on there, but having a backup, a 2/4 herb is always nice too. So. I do start off with the pie here. Yep. so we'll go up to 1 more, and then being at 7 total, I'm going to go ahead and use the ability to do 1 damage. Being a draw, nice. Putting Michael 2, I believe. Let's see here. 7 break. I think this is the point where I just go with Herb Cookie. Then we're just going to go ahead and try to do that last 3 damage over Pomegranate. After processing the attack, I'm going to go ahead and restand 1. It's pretty good, knowing that I do have that whipped cream online just in case things get south. Or things go south. Alrighty, Michael gonna pass back the turn towards him. I believe he has 7 total support. Really good at this point when Archer's online. So we do want to maybe consider baiting him into swinging into one of these cookies. Alrighty, looks like Michael is starting off with, I believe, 2 damage to the matcha. And I believe I do stop it right away. Gonna go ahead and get a cherry bomb out of hand. Sending matcha down to 1 HP, and that's why you guys saw me do the whipped cream early. You know, knowing that red does usually have those late game item bombs, we just want to be respectful of that and try to live. And it's nice. Matcha is going to be still able to use the ability. And we're going to be able to clear out hopefully this entire pomegranate. Alrighty, bringing Michael's total break up to 9, I believe. He's going to go ahead and do the on play for the wild berry. Really scaring me in this moment, actually, to try to hold and win the game. But we'll see what happens here in a sec with 4 support still up. I believe at this point I am actually at 9 as well. So we are at a 9-9 break. Oh, I think at this part we are helping out the other table with some rolling. So please excuse this intermission. Now we'll see what I do here. I believe I do try to end the game with Wind Archer sending his last cookie, or I'm sorry, forcing out his last cookie from his hand, and going for the end here. Wind Archer does 3 for 3, but then checks after for 1 more. If the opponent has 7 total resources, it will do 2 more damage, ending the game in total there.
A smile is something special, a ribbon is something rare, so all these special and I'll be rare with a smile.